on the price. Girlfriend, you gotta get it right. You gotta want it with all your might.
Hiya my lovely Frosty fam, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Karen Frost at Nail Decadence, and in this video we are keeping it black and white. So we're doing a nice monochrome looking set, and let's get into it, shall we? I'm currently prepping the nails on my lovely Handolly. This is in the dark chocolate skin tone, which is named after me. This is a Karen hand, so if you're after a lovely silicone hand, check out www.handolly.co.uk and use code KFGIFT for a wee discount on your order if you would like a wonderful practice hand. So anyway, as I was saying, I've prepped the nails just by using a buffer to buff the shine from the nails that are currently being used as the nail bed. Please excuse the noise of the traffic. It's actually really hot here. It's like 30 degrees, and so all the windows are open, and I do live in London, so it's a busy old time. Oh look, messed up that nail. Did you see that? So as you can see, it takes longer for the glue to set when you are applying tips to Handolly, because she doesn't have any heat of her own. So you do have to hold the nails on a little bit longer than you do on, you know, real hands. And don't knock them off like I did. Never mind, I stuck it back on, it's okay. So yeah, applying the tips, use as less amount of glue as you can is the only tip I can really give you. The less glue you use, the better it sticks, because it dries faster, if that makes sense. The more glue you use, the longer it takes to dry. So yeah, as little as possible on the glue to apply your tips, and try and make sure that you are applying them straight so you don't get wonky nails. And then you see I just hold down the wings just to make sure they stick. And I'm actually doing the thumb in this video. I don't always do thumbs. Sometimes I don't bother because you don't really see them in the photos, but apparently in this one I'm going to give you a thumb too. That sounded so wrong. If you're watching, Jess, I know I know that'll tickle you too, because you've got such a weird sense of humour like me. So if you're watching, Jess, hello lovely. Oh dear. Anyway, so on to what I'm doing now. I'm just blending the tips in. So I've got my lovely trusty sanding band, and I will use that to just blend the tips into the, well, I say natural nail because even though it's not a natural nail, you know what I mean. We're pretending it's a real client. So yeah, blending the tips into the natural nail. These tips are quite thick, so I like to blend these ones. So how is everybody doing? We're scorching in the UK at the moment. I mean, the weather is amazing, absolutely stunning, and it's actually too hot for me to sunbathe now. I never say it's too hot because I love the sun. I was made for the sun. But it's actually too hot for me to sunbathe, and that's saying something. Ooh. Yeah, it's gorgeous weather. Makes it harder to sleep at night, but so I just stick the fan on. In the UK we don't really have air conditioners in our house because, well, we don't get hot weather very often in the UK. So we don't have air conditioners. I've got one of those portable ones where, you know, you put cold water in it. That'll do. That'll do. It's just like those portable fan things. Anyway, I'm waffling. I'm going to stop talking about that now. So on to what I am currently doing on lovely Handolly, and I'm applying my thin clear base layer of acrylic. There are many reasons as to why I do this. I do this because out of all of the acrylic powders that there are, clear adheres the best to the nail plate, and is less likely to lift. It also gives a little bit of strength when you're using colour powders, so to have that and then capping clear, you've got a bit more strength. It also protects the nail plate from staining and lets you file back, so if you wanted to file back and do a redesign, you can just file back to that clear layer and you know you're not going to mess with the natural nail. Anyway, so I have applied some black acrylic and I'm using my craft knife to cut it into a nice triangle shape. I try to scrape off as much of that black as I can that's on the rest of the nail, because the white I'm using, it's not a solid white, it's like a milky white. I just mixed the clear acrylic with a little bit of white acrylic powder, and just to get it a nice milky white. I didn't want it to be, you know, an extreme bright white. It's more of a sort of frosted glass kind of white, if that makes sense. And then I'm building that wall of black up just a little bit more, trying to keep it as neat as possible because I don't want to file it in. And then straight in with that milky white I was talking about, and I'll butt that right up to that black triangle. Try and make the cuticle area nice and neat. You see, it's not a solid white, so that's why I was trying to make sure I scraped off as much of the black as I could off the rest of the nail, because I didn't want it to show through. Again, butt that right up, try and get the cuticle area nice and neat. And if it overlaps a little bit, that's fine. I can just file that off, but I don't want to cover it because then that's just way too much faffing and filing. So if it covers it a little bit over the edges, I'm not bothered. And then when I file it in, it will come up nice and crisp looking. So I won't cap that yet until I filed it in. So I'll let that dry. Onto the little finger, I'm applying a lovely iridescent glitter mix that I just mixed myself. I just got a load of little bits of mylar, iridescent, different sizes of iridescent glitters, and yeah, just mixed them all in a pot, and this is the result. It's just a nice iridescent pretty shimmer. Yeah, nice little sparkle. I'm sorry about the camera being not in focus. It's yeah, it has a mind of its own, and I don't always remember to look up. Again, on the thumb, I'm doing on the tip area a nice layer of the glitter. It's raw glitter, so I dip into my acrylic powder first and then into the glitter and apply it to the nail that way. And then I will leave that to set so that the glitter doesn't move when I do the rest of what I will do on that nail, which I will explain as we go along. Look at that, you see the colours from that iridescent glitter when it hits the light, it's so pretty. So the camera is really struggling to focus, seriously. So that's had a few seconds to, or a couple of minutes to harden. So on with the frosted white, milky white colour, and I'm just ombreing that over the glitter, as you can see there. Same with the thumb, exactly the same again. Get that milky white and ombre it over the glitter. Oh, these cars, just constant cars. If I waited for every time for the cars to stop coming past my home, I would never get a video done, and I can't be bothered to go all the way upstairs to my bedroom to do the recording. Sorry, but my ankles are swollen, and so walking is really difficult for me at the moment, so I'm not going all the way upstairs, which is where I normally do my recordings. Yeah, no, I'm on the sofa with my feet up because fat ankles are awful. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to show you my fat ankles. I'll put a picture in. It's gross, they are gross, but yeah, this is me. I'm falling apart, my body don't work properly. Anyway, look, I've waffled on again. So on the middle finger I just did a full black acrylic nail, as you saw me apply whilst I was waffling. And on this ring finger I'm going to do a bit of colour blocking. So as you can see, I've applied the black by the cuticle area. I'm trying to be neat with it because, as we all know, if you get black on the skin, it is a bugger to get off and it just looks terrible. So try and get your cuticle area as neat as you can and try not to get any of that black on the skin. I mean, you shouldn't be touching the skin with any of your products anyway, but be especially careful with the black. So I'm not bothering to file that in because it's not a straight line, it's a curve, and I'm not that bothered about it because I will be putting some glitter over the top. But yeah, so straight in with that milky white colour on the middle part of the nail, and then on the tip I'm using that gorgeous iridescent glitter mix, and I decided to add a little butterfly on the tip as well. Just a little bit of clear acrylic to hold that in place. And then I'll let that set for a little bit, or am I going to cap it straight away? Oh, I can't remember. Oh yes, glitter. So on with a bit of glitter over that join. And again, I'm just using a tiny amount of clear acrylic to pick up the glitter and then apply it. So back to the middle finger, and I'm using clear acrylic again to pick up these little iridescent butterflies and apply them in a swooshy type pattern right the way along the nail. And again, see, tiny little bit of clear acrylic to hold it in place. Same again there towards the cuticle area. Happy with that, so I'll let that set. And now I will cap the nails. So starting with the little finger, I'll cap all of that lovely glitter as well as the cuticle area, because I didn't build any strength with that milky white. I just used it as a thin layer just for colour only. Well, technically white isn't a colour, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I was using it just for colour purposes, not for strength. So, and as you know, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I cap everything because I like everything covered in a clear layer, because it just gives it a nice glassy finished look. That's what I think anyway, that's my opinion. Not everybody caps all their stuff, but that's just me. I like it. Cap that ring finger as well. This is where, you know, like I say, I'm putting my strength in, so I'm making sure I've got my apex and the right thickness of the nail, so that when I file, I don't file away my glitter. Don't want to file any of that away. And I look at the nail from all angles, and if there are any dips where there was just on that part of the nail just now, I'll add a little bit more. Doesn't matter how many beads it takes as many beads as it takes. I tend to work in smaller beads, that's just my personal preference. There are a lot of people that can work in, you know, the one bead method and stuff. If that's what works for them, that's what works for them. For me, I'm quite comfortable with the smaller beads. I do fancy giving it a go though, so at some point I will try out the one bead method and see how I get on. I need a bigger brush for that though, because I use quite reasonably small brushes. They're not tiny, but they're not massive either, so I think for one bead I would definitely need a bigger brush than what I'm using in this video for sure. I think I'm using my size 12 SBD London brush in this video, I think. So either that or it's my size 10 ink London brush, I can't remember. It was a while ago I filmed this. As usual, it takes me forever to get around to doing anything. So yeah, cap that middle finger, protect those gorgeous butterflies. Got some pretty cool videos coming up. I'm planning on doing a sort of celebrity nail series. I've been thinking about doing it for the last 6 months, and I think I better just get on and do it. So yeah, I'm going to start designing some nails for celebrities, as in, you know, if I could do that person's nails, what would I do for them? So I will try and base it around what they do, whether they're a singer, whether they're a YouTuber, whether they're an actor or actress, whatever. I'll yeah, try and tailor it to what I think they would have and what I would like to do for them, kind of thing. I think that will be really interesting. So yeah, subscribe and get ready for those videos, because I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And if there are any celebrities you would like me to you know, make some nails for, design for, then yes, put it in the comments, let me know. You know, let's have a conversation. Who would you like? If you could design a set of nails for somebody, who would you choose? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Anyway, I'm on to filing that colour block, geometric colour block design. So I'm just filing where the black triangle meets the milky white, just to reveal that sharp, crisp line that I'm hoping I get, because, you know, I did use my craft knife to cut that in, so hopefully I get a nice clean sharp line. So now that that has been filed in, I put a tiny bit of acrylic, so I'm going to add some of those butterflies. Here we go. I'm just adding a few of those butterflies down the triangle, so a tiny bit of clear acrylic to hold it in place. And that also helps dampen the nail down a little bit, which helps when you're putting the clear over to not get any white marks. I'm so sorry about the cars, as I explained. I'm in London. There's nothing I can do about this, and I'm not closing the windows. It is far too hot for that. Beautiful weather, but yeah, way too hot for me to close the windows. I've turned the fan off, but I'm not closing the windows. No way. Anyway, adding some of the iridescent glitter, some of the smaller pieces, to the milky white parts of the nail, and then I will cap that lot in clear acrylic as usual. So a nice wet bead of clear acrylic, just to sort of encase everything nicely. Excuse me. There we go. And then I will look at the nail from all angles, make sure my apex and my strength is there. And if I need to add any more, I will add some more, as I'm doing now. By the cuticle area, I felt it needed a little bit more, so I added some more. Like I said, don't worry about counting your beads. Not necessary. I've not left the filing in this video, because you've seen me do filing many times. So yeah, I've not put any filing in this one. So the next clip after I finished applying this will be going straight for the top coat, because yeah, I'm not showing the filing. So that has been done. So yeah, look, now it's time to top it off and keep it tough. Yes. So I'm adding my top coat now. And I didn't actually want this set to be shiny. This is a matte top coat. I'm going to speak properly, Karen, losing my words. Yes, matte top coat on these nails. I don't know why, I just felt like I wanted them matte as I dusted them off, because, you know, I dust them off and then I rub them over with alcohol, rubbing alcohol and a lint-free wipe. And as I was looking at it, I was like, ooh, I think these would look good matte, so that they got that sort of frosted glass kind of effect rather than being shiny. So that's what I did. Got the old matte top coat out, and here we go, applying it. Oh, lint-free wipes that are not lint-free drive me nuts. I'm going to get some of those waxing strips and cut them up, I think, because these lint-free wipes, they keep leaving lint everywhere. Drive me nutty. Can't stand it when I get a bit in my top coat. And as you saw, I will pick them off, because I'm not having that. Too OCD to leave that in. So top coat this ring finger. I'm really pleased with how that ring finger came out, actually. A bit disappointed with my geometric triangle colour block. It didn't come out as clean as I would have liked, but you know, it is what it is. So we are almost at the end of the video. So if you have enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more videos from me. So that is all that I've got for you right now, peeps. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming back to my channel, and yeah, take care, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.